Welcome to a quick Astrobot review from a not games journalist. This game has been getting amazing reviews left and right, and many people are saying it's a Game of the Year contender. And for the most part, I agree. It's just a good game, plain and simple. Now, if you don't like good old-fashioned, old-school platform type games, you should stay the fuck away. But for those who do, this will leave a nice wet spot in your pants. From start to finish, the game was very enjoyable. It is a short game that you could bang out in about 8 to 10 hours if you rush through it, but if you're a completionist, the game could easily be 15 hours plus. And I definitely wouldn't recommend rushing through it because there is a lot to appreciate here, especially if you're a big fan of the PlayStation game franchises. But anyways, the game is just a bigger and more elaborate version of Astro's Playroom. Everything Astro's Playroom did, this game just takes it to the next level. The story for this game is very simple. You play as Astrobot and you're on a mission to repair your ship, which is a fucking PS5, and to save your crew of other Astrobots that got blasted across the galaxy. And that's it. The whole time you're playing, you're going to be adventuring through these really cool, although short levels, and collecting coins, puzzle pieces, and most importantly, other Astrobots. There are 5 galaxies in the game that each have a variety of levels to explore and collect through, and each galaxy has their base levels as well as bonus and secret levels to discover. As I said before, inside those levels you'll be running and collecting through them like a fucking madman. All the levels in this game are very unique and well designed, and each area has its own themes and mechanics that will mix up the gameplay for a little bit, whether it be by giving you some extendable punching arms, or putting a bulldog on your back that can blast you into a gorilla's eyes and give him pink eye. And it's because of things like this the game always stays fresh and doesn't drag on or get repetitive. Now, your main form or sense of progression in this game is collecting and building your Astrobot army. This allows you to unlock boss levels in each galaxy and reach certain areas in your hub world. And with the Astrobots, they really aren't that hard to find. If you have any type of gamer sense, you shouldn't have a problem finding them. Even though I kept fucking missing one bot from a few levels in the first galaxy, I eventually found them. But the cool thing about a lot of these fuckers is them being dressed as various characters from many PlayStation franchises like Crash, Ratchet & Clank, Metal Gear Solid, and tons more, which I'll leave for you to find. And to go along with that, you'll get levels themed after some of those games. Like the level you find Crash in is a Crash themed level. It's like a Mayan jungle area where you're constantly breaking these cages of fruit, just like in Crash. This game has a ton of cool little things like this they always throw in to just add to the experience. Another example of this is the hub world. This is where you can see all the bots you've collected and unlock items for them to put on display while they're chilling in the area, like a box for Snake, or a bowl of cookies for this bitch. This area is also where you'll be coming to repair your ship / PlayStation 5 every time you find one of the missing pieces for it. And when you do get to repair the PS5, it brings you through a pretty cool interactive animation to do so. And on top of that stuff, the hub serves as a level where you can explore and unlock new parts of it as you progress through the rest of the game. And again, all this makes the hub world just another great example of how well designed the game is. Hub worlds in most other games are just a boring place with some interactions here and there, and here it serves as a level that you're constantly chipping away at. Now moving over to the technical side of the game, it's basically flawless. Loading times are pretty much non-existent, graphically the game looks great and runs very smooth, and this game really puts the DualSense controller to work. The haptics in this game are fucking insane. If Astrobot had a stuffy nose and can only breathe out of one nostril, I could feel that on the controller. Sometimes the controller is like a vibrator on max setting, which isn't a bad thing. The work that went into the detail on the haptics in this game is very much appreciated. And there's only 2 small problems in this area. One, the haptics will have your controller battery crying, so make sure you have another one on standby. And the other thing is that some of the motion controls feel a little finicky and not always the most responsive. But I'm pretty sure you could turn these off, so it's not that big of a deal. Last thing I'll talk about is difficulty, and there pretty much is none in this game. There's tons of checkpoints throughout the levels, and the enemies and platforming aren't really hard themselves. There are some speedrun type levels that crank up the difficulty a little bit, which is nice because it makes you pay attention a little bit more. So having those levels in the game is a nice change of pace. But other than that, if you have a pair of eyeballs or even just one, you should be able to complete the game. Overall, this game is very high quality and deserves much of the praise it's getting. I personally don't have any major complaints about the game and would highly recommend checking it out if you haven't already. Or if you're thinking about buying it, I hope this review pushed you to do so. This game also gets bonus points for being a game where you pay your money and you get the full game. Many games are not like that now, so it's worth mentioning when a game does do that. But that's it for this video. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.